This is Jolie here for Seconds Out. I'm looking forward to this one, joined by ARMZ KORLEONE.
Yes,
Next week
yes.
is 5 weeks for you fighting in Wembley.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
man.
you've had an MMA fight. You're moving over to boxing now. How are you, first of all, man? What's going on with you?
Yeah, bruv, I'm awesome. I'm happy, bruv. That's the least I can say. Do you know what I mean? I'm mentally great. I'm spiritually great. Like, I'm connected. Everything is awesome, bro. Do you know what I mean? Physically, I feel fine. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. Do you know what I mean? So everything is just as it's supposed to be, man. I'm great. I'm magnificent. How about you, though, my brother, man? How you doing?
Yeah, man. I've just been at the. I'm still actually at the venue for the Lawrence Okoli press conference, so we're keeping busy. And obviously, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to this fight next week. And it's celebrity boxing. And obviously, you've done celebrity mixed martial arts before. The first question I have for you is, why did you want to change over to boxing from obviously fighting bouncer in an MMA fight?
The thing is, it's not so much as switching to boxing. Initially, when I started wanting to do the MMA fight, my approach towards the thing was to do combat sports as a whole.
Okay.
I love the training. I love any type of training that puts me out of my comfort zone mentally and physically. Do you know what I mean? And I know that combat sports training is not a joke. I come from a weightlifting background. And for 12, 13 years, all I've just been doing is lifting weights, lifting iron. Do you know what I'm saying? So I got to the point where I was like, do you know what? I want something different. I want a challenge right now. So, and I just want to make it clear that going into combat sports wasn't for anything other than for myself, because prior to that, I had conversations with friends who were obviously doing the combat sports thing, and I was speaking to them about doing it, but I never really had an incentive. So the whole bouncer situation was an incentive for me to actually start doing the training for it. Even though I didn't have enough time and I was riddled with injuries, it was something that I had been meaning to do for a very long time. But like I said, I never had that incentive. So yeah, it's not like a switch from MMA to boxing. It's just going into a different discipline. I like all types of combat sports, all types of training. So I'm still going to do MMA after the boxing stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not something I'm going to shy away from. You understand? Before that, like I said, I had 7 months, but I had less than that because, like I said, I was in and out of hospital because MMA is not a joke, and it requires patience. It requires time. I started quite late, so in terms of training, in terms of getting my body accustomed to the intensity of the training. I didn't come out and say that I'm a fighter, I'm a seasoned fighter. I'm just a weightlifter who just loves, I'm just a guy who just loves to be disciplined and loves the sports. Do you know what I mean? So that's it really.
Yeah, I want to talk about, I know you're at Shoot Fighters with like MVP. I know Derek Chisora has been there in the past as well. But first of all, was it kind of frustrating how the fight with Bouncer played out? Obviously, there was a lot of hype around it, and it was like people thought it was an anti-climax and it was a lot of wrestling. Yeah. Not when you see two big guys like yourself going at it for a fight, you expect kind of different to what happened.
To be honest, yes, I would say it was disappointing. Not so much for the loss. Listen, I've been doing training for a very long time. I've performed in front of people from since I could remember. So winning and losing is not new to me. The only thing I will say that was disappointing for me was not being able to do a stand-up or make it live up to that hype. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it was the talk of UK, and to come in there and just wrestle and not really, even in the wrestling position, not do much, not give the people too much. It was just disappointing for me. Do you know what I mean? For myself anyway. You understand? It's not, I don't care about the loss. Like I said, I'm not a seasoned fighter. I didn't come out saying that I've done this before or I could do it or whatever. Just because I lift weights does not mean I can't fight. it's a whole different ball game. You understand? So for me, it was a case of learning the sport itself. And when it comes to MMA, look, wrestling is key, jiu-jitsu is key. I didn't have let's be real, it's not going to take me 6 months to learn the whole art of wrestling and jiu-jitsu as well as striking. Do you know what I'm saying? So on top of that, I had 2 knee injuries. I had a Baker cyst, which they thought was a blood clot, and I was in and out of hospital taking blood thinners. So look, I was not 100% for that fight. So I take full accountability. It wasn't a case of, there was no pressure for me to take the fight, but I should have listened to my coaches when they said no, just pull out, because I was so not prepared. I was very underprepared. So for myself, personally, I was disappointed because I was not prepared for that fight, but I still just wanted to fight anyway. You know, I mean, I'm a bit of a stubborn person like that. But looking back in hindsight, there's no harm done. I take full accountability for, not preparing properly and not listening to my coaches and not taking the time needed to learn the sport properly. You understand? So obviously, you live and you learn. Now, in the present moment, I've reflected, I've gone over everything, I've learned from it, and I've made sure to moving forward. This time round, this fight camp, I've listened to my coaches. I've done everything they said. I've played it safe, not too safe to the point where I'm not putting in putting in the work to the best of my ability, but in terms barring more safer, you understand, and just not doing any silly stuff that my body is not accustomed to. So back to your question, without drifting off too much, my only disappointment was the fact that I didn't give myself enough time to be ready. And you have to remember, look, there's people in the MMA game that have been doing this since 4 years old, like somebody like Michael, he's been in the game since he was 4. You know what I mean? I come from weightlifting, and I've just come out of nowhere to try and get like a fast track course to MMA. It's unheard of. It's absolutely crazy. You understand? So I'm proud of myself, regardless of what anybody says. I'm happy I did this because it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the octagon. I wanted to fight, and it's something that I managed to manifest for myself. So in that respect, I'm happy. I'm glad I did it. It was a great experience, and now I've been able to learn from that and do certain things differently.
Yeah, and obviously celebrity boxing's a new world, so obviously you're going to be new to learning that as well. I want to talk about your opponent, MINICON. Obviously you're big in the UK, but I'm not aware of MINICON, I'm not going to lie. For the people that are similar position as me, like, what does he do, and what do you think he's going to bring to this fight?
To be honest, I don't know. So when Showstar approached me for the fight, I was just like, yeah, cool, because I was eager to fight anyway. After the MMA fight, I went straight to training. I was still doing MMA. Obviously, I rested up for a little bit, let my knee heal up. I got the Baker cyst drained, so I made sure that I was fine, mentally and physically as well as spiritually, because all those things go hand in hand. As a fighter, people don't know. Having lived the fighter's life, it's not just physical. It's not just, going in the ring or the cage or anywhere and throwing hands, wherever. It's much deeper than that. You understand? So I had to do what I had to do. And then I went back to MMA training. And to be honest with you, the next fight that I wanted to have, I would have loved it to be an MMA fight. But like I said, Showstar came forward and they were like, look, there's a fight on the cards. And look, I'm a warrior, man. I love the combat sports, and they were like boxing. So I was like, cool, whatever. Yeah, I'm down for it. And don't get me wrong, I have been doing some striking training as well. So to be honest with you, it wasn't new to me. It's just a case of learning, tweaking the techniques and learning, certain things. I'm trying to say, I'm not perfect. There's so much room for improvement, but honestly, all I can say is it's just been awesome. But in terms of MINICON, I don't know what he does. I've checked his page out. He's just a funny guy, isn't it? He tries to be, or he thinks he's funny and he does all these videos, which is cool. Hold tight him. I've got nothing against him, but in terms of what he's gonna bring, I don't know, and I don't care, but I'm gonna stay vigilant. You understand? I've done that. Like I said, this time around, I've done a full fight camp. My coaches are happy. I don't care about anybody else's validation apart from my coaches, because they're the one that's going to carry me through this. So or the work has been done. Everything they've told me to do, I've done. I've put in my all. They're pleased with the progress, and I don't care. Like anything, whatever the outcome, I can go home, my head held high, knowing that I did put in the work, and next time I can go in again.
If you're at your best, no injuries, how does Minicon beat you? How does he get close to you in a confident way, if that makes sense?
Yeah. Obviously in my head, I'm not picturing them beating me or envisioning them beating me, but it's a fight. Again, I had this conversation with my coach this morning, and he was like, look, man, the preparation is done. We're all happy. A fight is a fight. The best man will win, or the better prepared man would win. I don't know what he's bringing, and I'm gonna keep it 100% realistic, but I'm not focused on what might be. I'm just focused on what is now, but I'm still staying vigilant. Do you know what I mean? I suppose he's thinking maybe he's gonna get in there and I'm gonna drain myself, or he's gonna do some sort of stuff to drain me out, and my cardio. But I've been working on my cardio. My cardio is cool. My cardio is much better than it was. There's always, again, there's room for improvement, but look, I'm not the same person I was in that first fight. So whatever he's bringing, there's nothing that I haven't already experienced doing sparring in my training camp that I'll be so surprised. Do you know what I mean?
What's that power saying from you? There must be a bit of weight behind it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Doing sparring, I've given a few blows and I've thrown a few punches that have obviously done something. Do you know what I mean? But I don't care about all of that, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just working. I've just been working, and again, improving on my skill set. So yeah, we'll see on the night, man. We'll see on the night. I'm just happy that I'm in a better place mentally, because I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. The first fight, I was not in the best place mentally, and the fight thing is all about, it's a mental game, man. It's a mental game. I wasn't grounded. I wasn't spiritually grounded. I wasn't connected mentally, physically either. I was just finished. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm a stubborn guy. Once I start something, I just can't back out. I just can't stop. There hasn't been any pressure, but it's just me as a personal person.
It's just in your personality.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Once I start something, no matter, against all odds, I just need to go forward and complete it, no matter the results in it. So, but this time around, bro, I'm feeling very, very awesome. I'm feeling great. Like I said, whatever the outcome, I'll go home with my head held high, and I'll come back. I'll keep on training and come back for more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And just one more thing. Have you noticed the difference in terms of, obviously 5 weeks next week, but in terms of the promotion, do you feel a different kind of buzz? Obviously it's a UK, USA, it's a different sport, but in terms of the promotional side, what's been different?
Everything has been different. Listen, again, I think this is a contributing factor to me being as happy as I am. It's been so organized. I have a team behind me that are dealing with the business side of things. The promoter, they're so transparent, they're cool. Like there was no like sleazy shit going on. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having to look behind my back and think, oh shit, what if they, do you know what I mean? Like it's just been amazing. The artwork, the poster, everyone's just been awesome. The promotion's been great. There hasn't been any pressure. Do you know what I mean? Everything has been smooth sailing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. They've given me a job to do, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been in my own bubble, doing my thing. They're doing what they're supposed to do as a promotion, and I'm not the one. It's like it's like before. It was almost like I was responsible for the fight, even though I wasn't the one putting on the fight. You understand?
It's completely different situation now, 100%. Just one more thing. I know you train at Shoot Fighters, as we mentioned, which is Northwest London. So it's not far for you to travel. I'm guessing you're backing all the UK fighters as well. And Is it going to be like are you going to move into the Hilton? I don't know where the fight hotel is yet, but are you going to be at the Hilton on fight week? Are you just going to stay at your house? Because obviously there's a different atmosphere when fighters have to leave their home and stay in a hotel and make weight there and things like that.
Yeah, I'm not far from the arena, so I'm going to be at yard, man. I'm going to be kicking it back. I mean, yeah.
Are you from Wembley?
No, I'm from Northwest, innit?
Okay.
I'm from Northwest. Like I'm originally born and bred in Ghana, and then I moved when I left Ghana. I moved straight to Northwest London. You get what I'm saying? So I'm a local kid still. So I'm just gonna be kicking back, you know, minding my business, doing what I'm doing. Again, work training is done now. So the only training left to do now is just the mental one. You understand? So just keeping myself calm and composed, and yeah, man, just going in there and having fun. I've had, you know, my coaches are always with me, speaking to me, giving me the necessary talks, and they're just like, look, just have fun. You've done the work, man. You've got nothing else to lose, so just enjoy it, man. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, sending my best wishes, man. Thanks for your time.
Anytime, man. Take care, yeah.